Hi, everybody. Hey. I'm feeling the spirit here tonight. I took my nap. I'm refreshed, rebooted, and I'm ready to get into the sermon. How y'all doing tonight? We come to praise. We come to praise. Y'all gonna have to excuse me for a few minutes, but I need to praise my Heavenly Father. I come to praise you. Heavenly Father. Heavenly Father. My brothers and sisters worldwide here tonight don't know what you do for me. My Heavenly Father protects me every second of the day. He don't just protect me every second, he protects me every minute. He don't just protect me every second and every minute. He protects me every second, every minute, every hour. Y'all ain't listening to me here tonight. He doesn't just protect me every second, every minute, every hour. He protects me every day. Whew, Jesus. He could be anywhere else in the world. Anywhere else in the world. But he takes time for me. He takes time for me. Whew. We talk about the armor of the Heavenly Father. We have 24 hours in one day. Yet, he never leaves me. Yet, he never forsakes me. He protects me every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year. If I'm on the right side with the Heavenly Father, everything else in my life is irrelevant. Everything. If I'm in the protection, if I'm in the strength of, if I'm in the armor of my Heavenly Father, that watches me when I'm up, that protects me when I sleep, who guides me when I eat, who walks with me throughout each day, talks with me, sings with me, shout with me. I have a lot to be thankful for here tonight a lot. There was many times death was thrown my way. Many times. Yet, I'm not going to sit here and take the credit. I know I didn't do it. I know I didn't block it. I know I didn't stop it. I know for a fact the Heavenly Father said, no. People ask me, how can I be calm with everything going on around me? How can I be quiet? How can I not act out? How could I not retaliate? How could I not curse somebody out? How can I not get angry? When I have a choice in my life to be with my Heavenly Father, I don't care what else is going on the outside of me. You see, when we get to a point in life, right, when we recognize He is not only with us in life, He is also with us in death. See, when we get to the point in life where we say, Heavenly Father, let your will be done in your life within me. If He states, today you die, I'm obedient. There is no hesitation. There is no why. There's no question. If He states, today your journey is over, today you can come home, I'm going. Did you just see Him confirm it? When you get to a point in your life where there is no fear of death, when you know for a fact, just like He's here in my life, He will also be there in my death. That's when you know you have maximized every frequency on this planet. You have started from the bottom of a low vibrational frequency. You know, I reached like right in the middle. I started off low. Childhood wounds, abandonment, conditioned love, toxicity, negativity, cruelty, punishment, discipline. I got to the middle. Life became tough. Contemplated suicide in the middle of the frequency. Suicide. Contemplated suicide for something I didn't do. The tree was right there. I see the day very clearly. I came home on a lunch break. I never come home on my lunch break. But this particular day, I came home on my lunch break. There was a person hiding the foreclosure letters on the home. They hid them for 4 months. The person worked at night. I worked on the day. So the letters was hidden from me for 4 months. This particular day, the Heavenly Father said, go home for lunch. I happened to get the mail, and they were ready to take my home. I have been giving the money to someone in trust that they would pay the mortgage, and they did not for 4 months. I just broke down and cried. I put a trust in place that the person would go pay my mortgage. They did not. I remember I had to get back to work, and I'm driving down the street crying, upset, thinking I worked 3 jobs at the same time to get my home. 3 jobs. Never home. Always worked around the clock because I wanted a home. And you know what? To this day, I feel some type of way about that too. Because instead of watching my kids grow and be involved in their activities, I didn't want to stay in an apartment, so I worked 3 jobs. My oldest son's childhood went right on by as I worked the 3 jobs to get us a home. For years, it bothered me. How can I make up his childhood when the time is already gone? So I worked 3 jobs, got the house, met somebody, trusted them, and for 4 months, they spent the mortgage. I received a letter, and I'm driving back to work crying, upset, thinking about how hard I worked 3 jobs to get the house and put my son's childhood on the back burner so that I could get us a house. And now the bank is preparing to take the house away from me because I trusted someone to pay the mortgage for me. I'm driving, heading back to work. I see a tree. All you gotta do is run into the tree. You don't have to worry about the house being taken. You don't have to worry about working no more. You don't have to worry about the responsibility of your son, you don't have to worry about anything. All you need to do, run into the tree. It's all over. You will go permanently to sleep. But you won't have no more problems, no more worries, no more pains, no more despairs, no more hurts, no more depression, no more nothing. Just hit the tree. The Heavenly Father came in and intervened. And he said to me, why do you want to end your life for something you had absolutely nothing to do with? Did you see him confirm what I just said? He said, pull over. Woo, Heavenly Father. You're here tonight. He said to me, pull over. Pull over. Call a bank and make arrangements. They'll do it, he says. But if you run into that tree, you will never have the opportunity to save your house. I pulled over and I'm talking to the bank and I'm begging them. I will do whatever you want me to do. Whatever arrangements you can give me to save my home. I worked so hard for it. I missed my son's childhood. I didn't go to none of his events, none of his games. But I'll do whatever you want. Just save my home. And when they said, okay, we will set up a payment arrangement for you to catch up. Your 4 mortgage payments. We're going to write it all out on an agreement. When you get it, sign it, and send it back to us overnight mail, they said. And we will hold off the foreclosure. I signed it. I sent it overnight mail. I went back to work. The Heavenly Father said, the person that did that to you don't deserve to stay in your home no more. So when you get home, I need you to call a locksmith and change the locks on the home so the person can't get back into the home. I called the locksmith. They came out. They changed the locks. My son goes to school and I go to work and I get a call at the job. ADT was on the phone. They informed me somebody broke into your house. We need you to get over there right away. I told my job I had to go home because somebody broke into my home. It was the person. It was the person that I put out. It was the person that spent 4 months worth of mortgage payments It was the person that hid the letters from the bank so I couldn't see them. It was somebody I trusted. I leave the job and I come home. I meet the cops here. My house was demolished. Everything was cut up. Glass was all over the place. The screen door, the inside door was kicked off the frame. And I'm thinking, it's not bad enough that I have to catch up the mortgage. But now on top of it, my house is demolished. Everything is torn up. My living room, my kitchen, glass is all over the place. I'm walking over the glass with the police officers. All I could do was sit down on a couch and take it all in. They're standing here consoling me. They're telling me everything's going to be okay. They didn't know that I just made arrangements to catch up my mortgage. They get a broom and they're starting to help me. They seen I was done. They get a broom and they start sweeping up the glass for me in the house. And then my supervisor called me from Home Depot, asked me, is everything okay? Because they already had a copy of the restraining order. And I told them, no, everything's not okay. They asked me, what's going on? What happened? I told them the damages. I told them the doors was off the frames. I told them I had glass all over the place. I was sitting on the couch. And I see a Home Depot truck pulling up in front of my door with 4 employees. On the back of the truck. They had a door. They had wood. They had a storm door. They came in. They looked at me. They knew. Just let her be. They started sweeping up the glass. They started picking everything up. They started putting things in the trash bags. They took the trash bags out the house. They asked me when they finished everything, did I need anything else? That's what they asked me. Do you need anything else? Is there anything else that we can do for you? All I could do was shake my head no. I didn't have the strength to talk. Home Depot didn't charge me for anything. Nothing. The Heavenly Father when I received the frequency. And this is what we're going to talk about here tonight. When I left the low vibrational frequency, nothing but pain, despair, depression, toxicity, negativity, unhealed childhood wounds, conditioned love, abandonment, issues. When we reach certain frequencies in our life, you're going to always have something try to take you down a few frequencies in your life. As I climbed out of low vibrational frequency, and I was getting into the middle frequency, the low frequency was testing me. I really hope everybody can understand this sermon here tonight, because when a person even tries to build a business, and when the business fails, you're on a high frequency. And your business can be going good for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. And then out of the blue, something happens. And you drop from that high frequency and you drop all the way back down to the bottom. You are able, listen to me, all entrepreneurs worldwide. Listen to me, anybody that's trying to build your own business. It's okay. It's okay for you to fall, no matter what you're doing. What I want you to realize here tonight, don't stay there. I know a lot of you, when I was in nursing school, and people that was in nursing school, they failed the boards. And they accepted that and gave up. No. Those of you that went to be attorneys or judges, you failed the test and you said, that's it. I'm done. No. This is life. These are lessons. These are tests. You're going to go through them. But don't stay there. When I was reaching the middle frequencies, which is just below the high frequencies, listen to me. Just like you have 3 portions to your body, right? Mind, trunk, legs. Your mind is the highest frequency you can get on this planet. Your lessons and your test start from your feet all the way up to your mind. How can I say that? You learned how to crawl, right? You learned how to walk, but you fell how many times? How many times did you fall? Until you reached the frequency that said, today I stand. Now, in order for you to walk, you must be able to stand. You cannot leave the frequency of standing in balance, right? Same thing with your business. Same thing what you try to build. It takes baby steps. Cannot walk without crawling, right? I cannot crawl until I balance myself, meaning I have to figure out the weight. This is a lesson to figure out the weight, to maneuver myself. My legs got to be positioned. My arms got to be positioned. My mind got to be positioned. My trunk got to be positioned. Or I can't crawl. See, in order for you to crawl, you have to get in a certain position. You have to have a certain balance. These are the frequencies that we was never taught about. These are the frequencies that you was learning in your power. Nobody went down on the floor to show you how to crawl. It was your power that taught you the position, that taught you the balance. It was your power that taught you gravity. A few times you fell. You didn't get it. You fell down. But you said, I'm determined to crawl. And then you maneuvered to feel out which frequency can I lock in on. And then you got steady. Now listen, we didn't recognize it, but in order for you to crawl, you had to stand in the position, right, to crawl. You couldn't move forward until you received the stance. Are you following me? You had to get into the position first. You had to get into the stance first. And when you locked in, you went from unbalanced. You went from I have to fill out the gravity and get my unbalanced into it. I'm a fall though. I don't have it. I'm not on the frequency, didn't lock it in. You maneuver yourself back up again. You got to get into the stance, get your balance going, and then you fall. Man, I ain't get it again. But in your mind, I'm determined. In your mind, this third time, I'm going to get in the stance. So you balance out. you're on your arms and your knees, and now you're balanced. Now you got to figure out, how can I take this weight, this balance, this stance, and move it into gravity to move forward? It's a different frequency from the stance, brothers and sisters. When you were in the stance, that was one frequency. In order for you to move from that position and start crawling is a higher frequency. You like, wait a minute. I've been crawling around in gravity. Now I want to come up. In order to get to the standing point, you have to increase to a higher frequency. You said, let me get up and try, and you fell. Well, that wasn't the frequency. You crawled, you went and pulled up on something, you said, let me try again, and you fell. That wasn't the frequency. And then you said, I'm going to determine if I can do the gravity by crawling, then I can do the gravity by standing. Remember, the first stance was in your crawl position. And then you increase the frequency and you started moving forwards and you started moving backwards. A lot of people crawl backwards. That was a frequency. Well, if I can move backwards, I can move forward. What you didn't realize was when you started walking forward, you was initiating your standing up position. You was working with gravity. You pulled up. You stood up. Unbalanced. It's a new weight now. A new frequency. But you stood up. You like, wow. Different position. I'm not on the floor. I can see now. Started looking around. Well, if I can get over there, I can get into that. And if I can get over there, I can definitely get into that. So some type of way, I already took the stance for crawling. I already took the stance to move backwards. I already took the stance to move forward. I done accomplished 3 frequencies and they all increased me. Let me go higher. What did I say? We have 3 portions. The mind, the head, the trunk, and the legs. Are we moving up, brothers and sisters? Yes, we are. You got your balance up? You're like, listen, I remember in the conscious mind that I took a stance first. I became balanced. And then I went backwards. And then I went forward after I fell a few times, but I didn't give up. It's the same thing in your life today. You're going to fall. But when you fall, you don't fall to the point where you cannot get back up again and again and again. See, if you fell down, right, and you couldn't get back up, you wouldn't be where you are today. You would still be on the floor trying to get in the stance of crawling. So you stand up, right? A little shaky. Then you get balanced. And you're looking around. That looks interesting. That looks interesting. That looks interesting too. I want to get over there. And you're like, all right, all right, all right. I'm standing up. I'm balanced. Okay. I'm going to try this out. And you're like, okay, let me see. All right. I'm gonna take off the one hand. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm going to try the other hand. All right. Because I got to get in the stance of standing up without holding on to nothing. See, I can't move forward until I stand in the stance, right? In the position. I can't go forward until I let go. You take off one hand from what you was holding on to. You like, all right, let me get to that frequency. Okay, let me see if I can balance out, with one hand. Let me see. While I'm standing up. Let's see what this feel like. Okay, let's see. And then it feels imbalanced. You're like, whoa, hold on. Let me put the hand back. Let me put the hand back. I ain't ready yet. I ain't reached the frequency yet. Right? And then you're like, okay, well, all right. We tried it with the right hand and I got a little shaky and I'm going to put it back because I didn't reach that frequency. But I have a left hand and I'm standing up and I have to let go. So I'm going to take the right hand and I'm gonna try it. I'm going to see what I got. So let me take the left hand off. Okay. I'm a little bit imbalanced. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. I don't like the way it feels. Let me put it back. I'm not quite there yet. But let me just stand here a little bit longer. Because right here, I'm balanced. So, I'm holding on to the bed, holding on to the chair. I'm not going to go nowhere. I'm going to just, let me stay right here. Let's stay right here. Because I'm secured. I reached this frequency. I stood up. That's a lot. And you stand there. And you're like, all right, let me think about it. Okay. Okay, that's over there, and that's over there, and that's over there. And I need to get to it because I want to get into it. You said, let me try this again. I done went through lesson number 1 and lesson number 2. All right, let me see if I can just let both go at the same time. This is another frequency. They didn't teach us this in school or church. This is another frequency. So now let me see. Let me just see. Let me just hold on. Wait a minute. All right. Let me see. Let me bring him up a little bit more off the chair, off the bed. Let me see. Let me see if I could just take both hands off and balance myself a little bit because I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. All right, I'm a little bit unbalanced, but all right, let me calm it down and just hold my hands here for a second and see. Hey, I'm in the stance. I'm in the stance. And you get so excited, you go to turn and you fall. Bam! Back down again to the low frequency, right? You like, no, listen, I done got into the stance, right? I done balanced out the weight. I done crawled backwards. I done crawled forward. And I know how to stand up. So I'm going to try it again because I'm going to get to the next frequency. You pull yourself back up again. You standing on the bed. I mean, you have your hands on the bed and you standing there. And you said, well, I know I did it before. I know how I shifted the weight. I know how I did the stance. So now I'm going to go through the test because I done learned the lesson. So now I'm going to move towards the test. Now I know the last time I took both hands off of the bed and I let go, I realized that when I got a little bit excited, I fell. So I know I can't do that this time. I just got to bring my hands up, balance me out. I'm in the stance now. Now I got to take a step. You go take a step. Bam! You go down because the weight is off. Now, what we didn't know was when you was crawling backwards and when you was crawling forwards, you was making those legs stronger. Unbeknown to you. That's what you were doing. You said, okay, now I know. When I got up and I had the stance and I held onto the bed and I let the bed go with both hands and I went to go move that left leg, I went down. So now I'm going to try the right leg this time. Now I know I got to balance me out a little bit more, but we'll see. We're going to get there. We're going to work it out. That's what you're saying to yourself. Because I need to get over there and I need to get over there and I need to get over there. I want to get into that. So you take your hands off. You say, let me get balance. Okay, I'm good. Now, I know before when I moved the left foot, I moved it a little bit too much and I went down. So now I'm going to move my foot half of the space that I moved the first time. So you took your foot and you moved it just a little bit. And you're recognizing, oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. I done moved my foot a little bit. My hands are free. I took a little step and I didn't fall. So now I move my right foot half of what I move my left foot and we still standing. Let me take my left foot and I'm going to move it a half a step to see if I can resume the balance. You took your left foot and you moved it up a little bit. And then you were still standing. And you said, oh, shoot. If I took a half a step on each foot and I'm still standing and my hands are still free, then I can take another half step on the right. Let me maneuver this right foot over a little bit. I'm still standing. Let me maneuver this left foot over a little bit. I'm still standing. All right. Now, I done balanced out my weight by taking half steps, right? And I didn't fall. So now, since I'm learning my balance out, now I'm going to take a full step. And then you go down. And then you get into the stance of crawling. And then you start crawling. And then you go pull up on something. And then you stand up. You get into the stance of standing. And then you get into the stance of taking your hands off. And then you get into the stance of taking your right foot half step. Left foot half step. I'm balanced. But I want to go up to a higher frequency. So I need to get these feet to move a full step. Now, I already fell, so I knew that something moved out of alignment the last time. That's why I fell. So now let me just feel out the gravity. Maybe I shouldn't have lifted my foot all the way up. So now I'm going to move a half step and then I'm going to lift for the other half. Are y'all following me? I'm going to go up in the frequency. And when you did that, you said I'm still standing. I didn't fall. Now let me go over to the left foot. I'm going to take a half a step. Right foot, are you okay? Body, are we okay? Hands, are we okay? All right, everybody's good. We're all in alignment. Now, left foot, I want you to take a half step first. And then I want you to take the other half by stepping. And you step. And you're saying to yourself, I'm still standing. You go to the right foot again. You said, okay, I moved it a little bit, half step, and then I took and stepped for the other half. I know how it felt. I registered in my brain, but now I want to go to the next frequency. Now I want to lift up my whole foot. Let's go to the left foot. Left foot. Let me get balanced though. Hold on. Let me make sure we're good. Okay. We're balanced out. We're good. Okay, left foot. I'm ready for you. Let me get the right foot balanced out. Let me get the left foot balanced out. Okay, right foot. Right foot. I'm sending you down a message. I need you. I need you to take that step. That full step for me. But let me get balanced. Okay. All right, all right. All right, here we go. 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 Okay. All right. Okay, right foot. Go for it. And then your right foot takes a full step. And you're looking around like, yes, I didn't fall. I'm still in balance. And then you say, okay. Don't get too excited because we got the balance going here. We don't want to fall. Okay. Now, left foot. Right foot is good. Right foot is balanced, My hands is balanced. My body's balanced. I'm in alignment. Okay? Now, left foot, don't let me down. Don't let me down. We can do this. We're in the alignment. We have the frequency. Now, I just need you to just take a full step. And everything else we have in order. And your left foot takes a step. And you're like, wow. Okay. Now I'm balanced. I'm balanced. I'm balanced. We didn't fall. Yay, we didn't fall yet. Now, let's do it again. Your confidence is a frequency. You said to yourself, let's do it again. Because I need to get over there. I need to get over there. And I need to get over there. So let's do it again. Okay. We're in alignment. We're balanced. Okay, right foot. You did it the first time. I know we can do it again. Okay, everybody's balanced out. All right. Okay, we're not wobbly. Everything's good. Okay. Left foot. Take a step. Left foot takes a step. And you still standing. You like, right foot, take a step. Right foot takes a step. You still standing. Left foot, take a step. Left foot takes a step and you still standing. Right foot, take another step. You still standing. And you made it over there to destination A. That's another frequency. Are y'all following me? I made it to destination A. Okay. I need to figure out how I'm going to get to destination B. Because that's a little bit further. But I'm going to try it. Because I made it to destination A. You go to turn around. Right foot, step. Left foot, step. Right foot, step. Left foot, step. Right foot, step. Left foot, step. And you go down. Are you following me, brothers and sisters? You fall down again. Section B is a lot further than Section A. You have to figure out. You have to figure out the distance with the weight, with the gravity, with you. But you fall down again. You go back into the crawl stance. You know you can go forward. You know you can go backwards. You know how to stand up. You know how to let go. You know how to walk. You get to destination A, excited, happy. You said, okay, we have to make it to destination B right now. It's a little bit longer, but we can do it. Just slow down. You got excited. You tried to run when you just started walking. You said body, destination B is a lot further. We can't rush the wait. We have to slow it down a little bit from when we even walk to destination A. Let's slow it down a little bit to get to destination B. Here we go. Right foot, slow it down, step. Left foot, slow it down, step. Excuse me. It takes you 5 minutes longer to get to destination B. You excited. You like, okay, I made it from A, I made it to B. Listen, I'm going right over to destination C. That's where I'm going. Destination C is 10 minutes longer than destination B. You said I'm going to do it. I learned to slow down between A and B. C is a little bit further. So let me slow it down a little bit more. And you start walking to C. Then you fall. Bam! You got to crawl back. Pull up on the bed again. Start over. What is life? The Heavenly Father, right? He showed us life when we came into the world. He said, you're going to fall. I'm not going to promise you won't. You're going to fall. But I equipped you with enough of me inside of you where you will not stay down. You were already increasing in your power when you even started crawling. Some people didn't even crawl. They just stood up, started walking. You was already locking in your power with your frequency. You didn't know it. They didn't teach it to you. They didn't want you to know. Why would you think as an infant? Why would you think as a toddler that your power would align with your frequency? It's crazy, right? Because they never taught us about it in any school. The only way you ended up standing up is by getting through the frequencies from your feet all the way up to your head. Confirmation. You should never in your life stay down. For what? When you can climb back up. The Heavenly Father showed us in the beginning it's okay for us to fall. Don't ever think you're a failure if your business don't go the way it wants to go for you. Don't ever think you're a failure if you didn't pass your nursing boards. Don't ever think you're a failure if you didn't pass your test to be a doctor, lawyer, judge, teacher. Get back up again. Lock in on the frequency and state. This frequency is all about me. Claim it, brothers and sisters. Listen, when you was little, right? Rather you know it or not. We're going to get into this deep here tonight. I'm feeling it tonight here. Rather you know it or not. Do you know when you was crawling? Father said, it's the rebirth. Do you know when you was crawling, you was communicating with the frequency? Who told you to get the stance? Who told you? Your conscious mind was communicating with your power. Your conscious mind was getting in alignment with the universe. Your conscious mind was locking in on the frequency. The Heavenly Father was showing us. Nobody caught it. I did. He was showing us when we didn't even start talking yet. Our conscious minds was communicating with the power inside of us, and it was in alignment with the frequency from the universe. I said many times, we are the walking universe. I said it many times in my sermons for over 16 years. The universe is inside of you. You just didn't connect yet. Excuse me, let me rephrase that. You did not reconnect yet. You already had it when you was a toddler. Did you tell your body to get the stance to crawl? You wasn't even talking yet. So how did look at the Heavenly Father? You wasn't even talking yet. So can you tell me how you knew to get into the stance to crawl? I'll wait. How did you know? You was already consciously communicating with the frequency and alignment with the universe. It told you what to move, where to put it, how to position it, how to get in the stance of it, how to put your weight on it, how to move forward, how to move backwards, how to stand up, how to let go. Confirmation. This is what I be studying with my Heavenly Father. People ask me all the time, do I ever get lonely? No. when he wants to bring all this knowledge to me, get lonely, never get lonely. I'm always an expectant of his knowledge. I never get enough of it. Because when he starts breaking it down to me as his student, I'd be so excited. I'm like, listen, I have got to get this information out to the world. We did not learn about the power of our spiritual being inside of us, who communicated with our human existence to get into alignment, to get on a frequency, to do certain things in our life. Listen to me, you got disconnected. The people who are spiritually awakened, they're on a frequency. This is why you had it. You already achieved it when you was young. I said the prophecy is in the future. We're going to be talking here to each other, not here. When the Heavenly Father told me we're going to be communicating consciously, they're going to be in the classrooms. The students are going to be in the classroom with the teacher, right? Communicating with her consciously. They're not going to have to raise their hands when she asks a question. She's going to know who to call on when they communicate with her consciously. She's going to say their name, right? The person's going to hear their name in their conscious mind, and they're going to say the answer in their conscious mind. And the teacher's going to tell them consciously, you're right. That's where we're headed. When I talk about all the people that died from COVID, all the people that were sacrificed, that's in the kingdom, they are already getting prepared for the new kingdom. They are already getting their mind in shape for a new spiritual language. They're not going to need to get trained about it. Remember, I said in the sermon, a lot of people came here and died for COVID. A lot of people were sacrificed. What you don't know is that is the contract they chose this lifetime. Listen to me, brothers and sisters. They chose that contract this lifetime for you. They paved the way for you to break in this new history that we never ever experienced before in life. They did it for you. So they're already getting all the information, all the consciousness, all you talk about spiritual language. When they come back here, people are going to be like, are they aliens? What the heck? How can they communicate like that? And there's nothing coming out of here. Nothing. How could those words be going up there on the board? Ain't nothing coming out of here. This is why we talked about the old earth is done. The old paradigms is not going to work. And if you don't get caught up, you're going to be lost. And I'm talking about every single thing in this world will fail. I'm a prophet, right? You just heard me prophesize the future. If things are not on the frequency, I'm talking about your banks, your devices, and everything else, down to the wires in the electrical cords. If they're not on the frequency, it's a wrap. And I'm just being honest with you, it's a wrap. Because everything, the electricity, the devices, is here. This is where we're going to be at in the future. In the conscious mind, working through your power in alignment with the universe. Yes, it is true. I'm going to be honest with you. I am here as the future. Yes, I am. And things that I'm saying, some people only hear static. They don't hear what I'm saying. They hear static. Some people are saying, what is she talking about? They're not on the frequency. And you know what gets me about this world? I'm sitting here talking to you about the future. Do you know they knew all about this and tried to terminate it? Because they did not want nobody to achieve it consciously. So they came up with the dark matrix. To shut down that part of your brain. Listen to me, brothers and sisters. I said, when you were a toddler, right? When you crawled and when you started walking, I said to you, right? You used your power. You locked in on a frequency. And you was in alignment with the universe, right? As a toddler. Now, listen to me. Why are you not locked in now? Let me tell you why. They created a machine called the Dark Matrix. They placed you in a reality that they said you should live in. They placed you in a reality where they said, this shall be your life. They placed you in a reality where they said, this will be your path. They placed you in a reality where they said, this shall be your job. They placed you in a path that said, this is how much money you'll make. Guess what they did? They locked you in on a frequency that they controlled in your life. Listen to me. It doesn't matter if you're wealthy, rich, or not. In the conscious mind, if you're not spiritually awakened in your spiritual, multicolored self, not the skin, not the suit, not the human existence, I'm talking about your spiritual being of power on the inside of you. These people wanted to dictate, dominate, and control you so that you would never, ever get back to that state of consciousness. So they created toxic things for you to keep you limited, keep you restricted in their reality. I don't care if you're wealthy, if you're rich, if you're not. They still limited you consciously. They still restricted you consciously. Because, brothers and sisters, if they did not limit you or restrict you, you would have all your gifts in your DNA unlocked so that you can lock in on the frequencies to elevate you into higher levels of consciousness. They didn't want you to achieve it. So they brought in diseases. I want you to take a look at the world. They brought in drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, witchcraft, negativity, toxicity, gossip, lies, anything, right? Dark on the outside of you to keep that part of your brain dormant, not accessible. If you're living in somebody else's reality, they get to dictate, dominate, and control you. I talked about this in my sermons, and a lot of people, it's kind of hard for them to comprehend it because they're not on the frequency. But I talked about it. I said in my sermons, and this is important. When you do a drug or when you drink alcohol, right? You're not stable. You're imbalanced, right? Right here. You get intoxicated, right? In the conscious mind. Really? When you get intoxicated, you're leaving consciousness in somebody else's hands. They don't want you to know this, but you are. You're not in your right state of mind. When you're not in your right state of mind, they dictate, dominate, and control you. You're putting your consciousness in somebody else's hands. Same thing when you're high. Now, when you do that, when you get drunk, when you get high, do you remember what you did? Thank you, Heavenly Father, for confirming that. No, you don't. So when you are high, when you are intoxicated, when you are unstable, imbalanced, not in your right state of mind, who you think is taking over it? What do you think they're putting into that space? What are they downloading into your conscious mind when you're not in your right state of mind? Let me tell you what they are putting in. When you're intoxicated for however long, it could be 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes. That 50 minutes, somebody else is in your consciousness. How would you know? You won't. There is chemicals from both that takes you. This is some deep, deep stuff. You should have seen me when the Heavenly Father was teaching me. I was like a kid in a candy store. I'm like, what? For real? Tell me more. They do what? When? How? With what? There's chemicals. When you drink or get high that keeps the dormant part of your brain shut down, right? Because think about it. When you get intoxicated, when you do drugs, you're not stable, you're imbalanced, right? So, whose reality are you stepping into? Whose alignment are you stepping into? Whose frequency is locking into you? It's deep, right? Now, question. When this all happens to you, you intoxicated and you high, right? Yet, you don't remember. You don't know what happened in 40 minutes. They was all in there playing around. They was all in there saying, you know what? I went out this Friday with my girlfriends and we went and got drunk. They like, you know what? They imbalanced, right? They're unstable. They're not in their right state of mind. They're in our reality. We have a lock on them in frequency. Listen to me, brothers and sisters. This is deep. So let's go up in there and tell them to go out with their girlfriends again next week. Instead of getting one drink or two drinks, let's tell them to get four. Heavenly Father, thank you for confirming it. Why did they create all these dark things on the outside of you? If they get them in, they suppress you, right? If they get them in, they oppress you, right? If you keep giving them the frequency to access you, and they're using your power to do it because you're authorizing it, right? Why would they not step into your conscious mind and do you? Those of you out here that have sex addictions, guess what? Same thing. You're out here having sex, you get all excited, right? You lose yourself in it, right? It feels good, you're losing yourself in it. You're leaving one frequency, you're going to another frequency in a reality. They see you losing it. You know how you start, Father, forgive me. You know how you start climbing, right? When you get ready to have that big explosion, you climbing, right? Right? Old people climbing. You're not stable. You're imbalanced, right? They come into the conscious mind to dictate. You all in the groove, right? You into it, right? They see you're not stable. They see you're imbalanced, right? They come in. You sitting there and you getting your groove on 30, 40 minutes. Right? And then they come into your mind. They trying to say, did that demon of lust attach to them yet? It's deep. Because if the demon of lust attached to them from sex, let's just have them go around and have sex with everybody. Don't use no protection. We don't care if they get diseases. This is what they inside of your conscious mind stating. It's deep. And the government's going to be pissed off that I tapped into it. You're not supposed to know this. You're not supposed to know that they can tap into your mind. But listen to me, brothers and sisters. You authorized it. Woo! Did you see the Heavenly Father? You authorized it using your own power. You. All they needed was the authorization to enter into your conscious mind. Let me tell you something, brothers and sisters. These people feel they have the right to dominate you, dictate you, and control you when you live in sin. Did you hear me? These people knew you came here for an earthly experience in the life of your Heavenly Father. They moved you from the Heavenly Father, the spiritual, multicolored being, in which you are truly, authentically are on this planet. They moved you from Him and brought you into the flesh. That's what they did. They moved you here and kept you here. This is outside, right? Outside of you is what? Their reality. Well, you know, since they're living in the flesh, since they came here to learn lessons and pass tests, but they don't want to. They want to get into the sins. Okay, they get into the sins and then we win. They locked in the flesh. Okay, let's put them here. They can live in this neighborhood. Let's get them this friend who do drugs. Let's get them that friend that likes to drink. Let's get them that friend that talks about all the people they sleep with, they have sex with unprotected sex. Bring them in their life. Come on, bring them, bring them, bring them, bring them. Come on, come on. Get them in, get them in. It's deep. We're wondering why. Even though the people they sacrifice is coming back into the new kingdom. New people won't even recognize them. They took the contract, right? They consciously took the contract to let these people that's on drugs, alcohol. They knew the contract. They knew how they was going to die. It was all encoded in the soul. They knew. What they did, this is all your loved ones that passed on. What they did was pave the path for you. We can't learn about what happened, right? Unless they pass on the information to us in regards of what happened to them. I just want you to think about that. They are letting us know what happens when you participate in anything that is not righteous in the eyes of the Heavenly Father. They are letting you know from the kingdom, your loved ones. They're letting you know. They're letting you know when you're high, when you're drunk, you're not in universal alignment. You're not locked in on a higher frequency because alcohol and drugs, toxicity and sins, negativity and witchcraft is all low vibration. They took you back down. And they locked you right there. I said down low, pain, hurt, despair, depression, anxiety, stress, worry, panic, bitterness, angry, hate, envy, jealous. The way these people allow you to get intoxicated, allow you to get high, and then they go in your conscious mind. 45 minutes you are high or intoxicated, imbalanced, unstable, do not know what they're inputting in your conscious mind in the 45 minutes that you are not right. They placed you in a position of low frequency. That's where they want the dormant brain to be. Stuck, chained, binded, locked in to darkness. Can't see darkness. So how are you going to unlock the dormant part of your brain again? When they brought in the drugs, the alcohol, the toxicity, the sins, the witchcraft, the sacrifices, the darkness, they brought it all in, right? How many times you get drunk? How many times you get high? They saying keep them coming in to win. And then we can keep the dark part, the dormant part of the brain shut down. Your higher self. The alignment of your spiritual being. They restricted it so that you couldn't spiritually awaken into who you truly are. When I took this journey years ago, that's the first thing the Heavenly Father said to me. Cannot drink alcohol. You cannot do drugs. You will lose my connection to you. When he told me that over 16 years ago, I still was drinking. And then it got to the point where he made it taste so disgusting to me. I literally thought I was drinking poison. That I just got rid of it. And since I don't do either of those, never will for the rest of my life, because I see what they do, how they do it, when they do it, and how they consecrate it in your conscious mind for the following week, the following month, the following 6 months, the following year, the following 2 years after that. I see how they go in when you're not in your right state of mind for 45 minutes and program you. I just gave you the key, brothers and sisters. You want to know how the Matrix programs you. Every time you get drunk, intoxicated, every time you get high, they take that 45 minutes, half an hour, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it may be. You authorized them. You brought it. You gave them entrance into your conscious mind. All they did was wait for the alcohol to take effect or the drug to take effect. Woo! Heavenly Father came in on that one. They just wait for it to take effect. And then they coming in to program you more. Keep you sleep more. Keep that dormant, higher part, higher self of your brain that you need for your spiritual awakening. They want to keep that sleep. That's what they want to do. I left the middle. Do you see how long I was in the middle? Do you see how long before I even said I'm going to the top? I'm still in the middle, right? They tried everything they could to bring me back down to the bottom. Over and over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. I don't care what we have to do. You need to come back to the bottom, 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 bottom. And start over again. I get to the middle where I'm starting to figure these things out. Oh, alcohol and drugs do that? Oh, sins do that too? Oh, you mean to tell me when I'm jealous, envious, hateful, bitter, they programming that in my mind? Yes! Yes, that's what I'm telling you. Anything to keep it shut down. They want you here, not here, here. When I'm sitting with the Heavenly Father and He's teaching me all these things, I'm so unexpectant. I want to learn more. I can't get enough of His teachings. Tell me more. Well, why does this happen? And why does that happen? When He told me that anytime we put alcohol or a drug in a temple, knowing that it's bad for the temple, when He told me that the soul tears away from the spirit, that was the icing on the cake for me. What? I immediately started feeling guilty when I thought about the alcohol that I drank. I was scared to ask Him, well, how much did my soul tear away from my spirit, Heavenly Father? That was terrifying. This is what they should be teaching in the churches and the schools about alcohol and drugs. It tears the soul away from the spirit. When it tears all the way apart from it, death comes in. Judgment Day is here. When He told me that, it blew me away. You start feeling guilty. Wow, well, how much alcohol did I drink? And dag, how much is my soul torn away from my spirit? It makes you think. And then the guilt comes in. We all know we shouldn't be putting it in our temples of worship, right? Because the Heavenly Father is righteous. But we all ignored the warnings. And we drink and get high anyway. Not knowing. The Heavenly Father was saying, I need you to be in the right state of mind. Because if you're not in the right state of mind, they're going to come into your mind and program it in their favor, not yours. That one blew me away. Because I'm like, what? What do you mean? How do they come into your mind? How would you not know? And when He said the downtime from the alcohol and the drugs, when you're woozy or drunk or high. They come in with the programming. Crazy, right? Who would think we have people in the world that does this to everyone? This is why they don't want influencers. They don't want earth angel chosen ones. They don't want spirited people because we're awakened. We see the chains. We see the binds on people. We see the imprisonment on people. And as bad as we want to help people out, we can't. We live in a future where you have to get your own. You have to go through what we went through to come into alignment. It's not a joke at all. This is our future. Rather, we're ready for it or not. The Heavenly Father already has his new kingdom world on this planet. And it will be nothing like our old earth. If you want to get in, you need to get yourself together. Because this is our future. We will be living, breathing, not just on this planet. This is where Mr. Elon Musk is going to come in. This is where Mark on Facebook is going to come in. They're going to have to come up with a frequency that will allow them to travel into another planet, that will allow our consciousness to get on the frequency of the planet. This is where we're heading. I'm going to say this here tonight. Let me do this. Let's bring the Heavenly Father. I have enough people saying I'm delusional and I'm crazy and all this other kind of crazy stuff, which I think is absolutely funny, but okay. But I want to show you something here tonight because this is what's happening. Our planet is behind. I'm just going to tell you the truth. Our planet is behind. Now, you can take that any kind of way you want to, but I'm letting you know here tonight, we are. And if we don't catch up to the rest of the planets, it's going to be a problem. So, the Heavenly Father is preparing us for the change. Now, we're going to go to the Heavenly Father. I'm going to ask him a question, and then I'm going to have him answer for all of you worldwide watching here tonight. Heavenly Father, I command the truth under your authority. Are you here with me tonight? Can you go towards the screen if you're here with me right now? He is here. Can you swing it out, Heavenly Father? Heavenly Father, if you're here, can we confirm again? Can you go towards the screen? Excuse me. We confirm that the Heavenly Father is here tonight. We can swing it out, Heavenly Father. Heavenly Father, I have a question. And if it is yes, can you share with the world here tonight? Do we have other beings up in the universe who is more advanced than this earth and we are playing catch up to meet them? Yes or no? Let's confirm it again, Heavenly Father. We can take it out. Do we have other spiritual beings in the universe where the earth is trying to catch up to where they are? Yes or no? Heavenly Father, can you swing it more to let them know that you're confirming what I'm saying here tonight? Thank you, Heavenly Father. We can swing it out. Mr. Elon Musk, you just received your confirmation that we have other spiritual beings in the universe that is alive just like we are. And they are advanced. And this is why our planet has no choice. Did you hear me? Our planet has no choice but to advance, to catch up to where they are. This is the universe. You are the walking universe. Rather we believe it or not, everybody created is the walking universe. And we must all get in alignment and frequency to match up with the other beings outside of our realm. These beings, I can communicate, right? Heavenly Father, can you come on through, please? Can you show the world that you're here with me? Okay. The Heavenly Father's here with me. We can swing it out, Heavenly Father. Heavenly Father, I want to do something different here tonight. Are we able to, Heavenly Father, talk to one of the spiritual beings outside of our earth here tonight? Do we have your permission to do that? Yes or no? We have your permission. Okay. We can swing it out. Spiritual beings outside of the earth. If you are here tonight, can you communicate with us? I want you to go left to right if you can communicate with us. They're going left to right. Can we swing it out, please, spiritual beings? Can you tell the world, do you watch our planet? Yes or no? Can go left or right, please? Are y'all seeing this tonight? Let's swing it out. Spiritual beings, are you more advanced than our earth? Yes or no? Spiritual beings in the universe, Do we have a choice not to adjust to the advancement for the future? Do we have a choice? No. Thank you. Everybody created, right, is the walking universe. Everybody has the power. Listen to me. You were created on this earth. There would be no sun, no moon, no rain, no trees if it was not for your power. You are the walking universe on this planet, and you are the reason why we have the sun. In our universe, we must have energy. So millions and billions of people's power come together to make sure that sun shows up or we die. You hold the power. Did you see the confirmation? You hold the power to make the moon take position. People's power worldwide come together to make sure you get rest. It is your power, brothers and sisters, and this is what these folks don't want you to know, just how powerful you are. They don't want you to know. You, listen to me, brothers and sisters. It is the power within you that is maintaining the trees worldwide so that you get oxygen. If your power don't maintain the trees, we die. That's who you are. Not a human being. You are a multicolored spiritual being of light. And you have the power. There is billions of people on this planet, all created by the Heavenly Father, all hold the power, right? It is the walking universe inside of you. Everybody is the walking universe. Everybody's power comes together, goes up to the guardians of the earth and tells them how many raindrops of water we need in specific areas at specific times to keep us hydrated. If you did not communicate that through your spiritual being of light, we would die. This is what they should have taught you in history. They chose to keep it a secret away from you, just how powerful you are. That's why we have other spiritual beings. They are looking at us saying, what the hell happened? I'm just being honest with you. That's what they're saying as they watch us try to get back where we started from. People came on this planet and they turned it dark. They don't work where they at. They have a garden of Eden just like you did. They took your Garden of Eden and put weeds in it for everybody. They took your Garden of Eden and said, we must work till we tire out our temples of worship. They took your Garden of Eden and said, you're limited and you're restricted and you can't move here and you can't move there and you can't have this job and you can't have that job and you can't advance here and you can't advance there. So you have other spiritual beings looking at us saying, what the hell happened on that planet? That the Heavenly Father himself have to come down here from his kingdom and state, let my will be done on earth as it is in heaven. In order for him to come down here and state that, y'all fuck this planet up. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you here tonight. I'm not sugarcoating my ministry for nobody, but you did. You did. Nobody is supposed to be working on this planet right now. Man came here, said I'm going to dictate it, dominate it, and control it. Limit it and restrict it. And the only people that said to them, when they said that, when they said to them, you know what, fuck you. Those are the homeless people living on the outside of society worldwide. They said, I'm not living by your rules. You can have it. I'm not accepting that because that's not my life. I'm not supposed to be limited, restricted. I'm not supposed to be working till I'm tired. So they said, no. I'm out of your world. Don't want nothing to do with your world. Not accepting your laws. So I'm out. Take my home, take my car, take my money, take my job, but I am not accepting your reality. They said, I'm out. They stepped out of the matrix. They stepped out of their reality. They said, fuck you, I'm out. Worldwide. That's what they did. So that's why you have other beings looking down on this planet saying, what the hell happened there? Confirmation. When they saw the world profiting off of the Heavenly Father, that was the icing on the cake for them. Did you see the confirmation come through? They said, let me get this right. Let me get this right. The Heavenly Father created land, the Garden of Eden. You came on a planet, and then you said, oh no, I'm going to profit off that land. Didn't create it, didn't put it together, but you said, I'm going to profit off of that land. So you decided to steal from the Heavenly Father off of land that you did not even create. Then we ran with the stories. Oh, well, this is how we represent him on the planet. Put a man on the cross in pain, despair. Show the stories of it. We'll make money off of that too. Put the crosses out, put the jewelry out, put the books out. Did you see the confirmation? We're going to profit off of the Heavenly Father's name again. Movies, plays, jewelry, Bibles with the crosses on there, Bibles with the man hanging on it in pain, torture. Show the world pain as a reminder of the Heavenly Father. Are you serious? We have people on this planet right now that sacrifice thousands of people. Do you see the Heavenly Father having them up on the cross? No, you don't, right? But that's what you decided to brainwash this whole entire world with. Pain when you come into the world. Pain displayed on an image to represent the Heavenly Father. Whoa, did you see Father come through? Pain. When I look at the cross, I see pain. You're telling me the Heavenly Father is a reference of pain. That's what you're telling me, right? That is why the Heavenly Father stated, let my will, not man, not woman, let my will. See, he said it before, right? Did they listen? No. They ignored it. They profited off his name, right? In every way that they can. Every ocean, every beach, every lake, every piece of greenery planted. Even the trees that give us oxygen, they said, I'm a profit off of it. The Heavenly Father. And you wonder why Mother Nature tears up this place when she shows up. Are you serious? Are you really asking the question why she just lets it go? Loose, catastrophic, devastating. Are you seriously asking the Heavenly Father why he displayed hell in California? Are you seriously asking him that question? I mean, he showed you how, up close and personal. And listen, when he showed it to you, he could have brought the rain down anytime, right? To put it out. It's his land. Did he bring down the rain? No, he didn't. No, he did not. He wanted the whole world to see just how quick he could turn his land into hell. You stole. from the Heavenly Father. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that your storms are not going to get worse, because they are. I don't know how you could ever pay the Heavenly Father back for profiting off his name. I don't know how you're going to pay that back. But I can tell you, Mother Nature is not happy about it. She displays her anger, and it's only going to get worse. So the Heavenly Father stated he knows it's going to get worse. He stated it the first time, and you profited off his name in every way that you could. No land on this planet should be charged for anything when you did not create the land. But greed, deceit, disgrace, disrespect. When I sit in front of the Heavenly Father and we're talking about the world, my head is down in shame, even though I didn't do it. It's the disrespect for me. After he gifted everybody life, it's the disrespect for me. It's a disgrace, a disrespect, and a deceit against the Heavenly Father. So when you see Mother Nature going off, I want you to remember it's because man or woman continues to profit off of his name. So he came back again and said, this time I'm taking my children with me. Let my will be done on earth as it is in heaven. A second kingdom was created. How can I confirm that? The houses in California, the fire went around them. Those folks are already in the kingdom. That's why their house did not get touched. The Heavenly Father knew which house to put them in decades before the fire came. I'm just saying. He knew what house to put them in. They are good, obedient people. So he took them right to the house where he knew his fire would go around it. So when we have other people in the universe looking down at us saying, what the hell happened there? This is what they're talking about. And when they seen the fire, That was the icing on the cake for them. They're doing that bad on that planet? Yes. Greed is bad on this planet. Theft against the Heavenly Father. Enough where he says, I don't want nothing to do with the old world no more. Too much blood spilled down in the soil. I don't want nothing to do with that. Too much worldly sins. I don't want nothing to do with that. Y'all can have the old earth. Bring my new kingdom up in here. We don't want nothing to do with the old world. And in order for you to get into the new kingdom, you have to be on a frequency. When I went through the transition, low vibration, in the middle, and getting to the high. When I tell you I spent so much time in between the middle to high. When I tell you I went through HELL all up in here to get here. It wasn't easy. Everybody on this planet has the potential to reach their higher self, their highest vibration. You cannot access your gifts until you reach a certain frequency. Some people use their gifts for bad and they are being stripped away from them. Why? They are on the old earth because they abused them for bad. So the Heavenly Father locked them into the old earth. And everything attached to them. So, brothers and sisters, we learned a lot of information here tonight. You can take everything that I told you and apply it to your life because we are moving forward. Rather we're ready or not, we are getting more messages in regards to being in the future. And the Heavenly Father is continuing to educate us to let us know what's coming. Rather we're ready or not. He's moving forward with his new kingdom. So whatever you need to work out, childhood wounds, whatever the case may be, you need to start working on it. Because you do not want to be stuck. Once we get this foundation for this new kingdom world, everybody else is locked out. So, Mr. Elon Musk and Mark for Facebook, our future is the frequencies. This is not going to be found on your devices. This is not something that AI can do for you. They don't have the capability to even reach its height. I don't care if you copy somebody's brainwaves. I don't care if you copy everything they say. You still won't get it. I don't care if you listen to my voice. You still will not get the codes. I don't care if you clone me, copy me, do whatever you have to do, plagiarize. You still will not access the frequency. But in the future that we now stand in, Mr. Elon Musk, if you want to make it to the moon, if you want to make it to the planets, it has to be done on a frequency of the mind, a frequency of the mind with whatever you're using to travel up to the planet. It has to be a frequency of being in alignment with the universe. You did not hear me say a satellite. They don't have the capability. Your devices don't have the capability. This is something you and Mark have to learn up here. Once you access the frequency, you will get all the information you need for the rest. So I'm telling you both this because these devices, temporary. Not going to work in the future. Because we're working from the frequency and we're still climbing higher and higher and higher in the universe. So, brothers and sisters, I said all of that to say you need to be in your stable, balanced self. Period. Because every time you're not, somebody's in their plan in your mind, on your reality, around your orbit, in their time slot, not yours. And your power is authorizing them to do just that. It's going to be amazing. I am seeing a escalator. It's crazy how Father just showed me that. I'm seeing an escalator, right? You know how we have escalators and they keep moving. Not the ones in the future. The ones in the future is when we go to step on it and we tell the escalator consciously to go up, it goes up. Consciously to stop, it stops. That's where we're headed. Did you see the confirmation? That's where we're headed. We will be doing more communication here and a lot less here. That's the future. And this is not something that you can steal. If I was to drop dead today or tomorrow and you was to take every single organ, take my brain, take this, take that, cut it up, do this, do that, you won't get it. This is work that everybody has to do on their own. Just like when you was a toddler. You're just reconnecting yourself. When we die, it dies. The frequencies die. The codes die. Cannot access them from one organ. Confirmation. You cannot access it from my blood. Cannot access it from my brain. These are the keys that the Heavenly Father unlocks. You cannot access them from anyone. Everybody has different keys, different gifts, different talents, different time slots, different orbits, realms, dimensions, and time zones, according to your ancestors. So you cannot take mine. You won't get it if you take my blood and give it to you. Don't work that way. You can copy, plagiarize, clone, do whatever you have to do. But you'll never have the original frequency unless it's from the person themselves. See, the Heavenly Father said for this kingdom, He's not creating nothing where man or woman can steal. That's out. That's in the old world. So He's making everything about the conscious mind. Confirmation. The inside, where nobody can steal it from you. That's our future. All right, brothers and sisters, I'm going to go now. What time is it? Ooh, I got to get some rest. Thank you all for joining me on Grow God's Light here tonight. I want to thank the Heavenly Father for coming in. Thank the spiritual beings that are on other dimensions, realms, and orbits for allowing us to communicate with them here tonight a little bit. We will be communicating with them more as we move into the future because they're going to help us catch up to where they are. For me, everyone, have a very blessed and fulfilled night. I am your Messiah, the divine authority. Good night.